Okay, it's recording. So again, welcome everyone to my social media training. Just to let you know that once my training stops and it's done, I will be uploading this training video onto the LIR cloud, which is linked to our YouTube account. Okay. Um, for those just joining now, I just want to say welcome. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I prepared a little presentation for you guys to let you know what I do. And then each slide, I'll, break it down and elaborate for you. Okay. So I just want to make it interactive. So everyone here, all 27, or I should say 28 participants have Instagram, correct? And if you don't, I don't believe you. But yes, right? Everyone has Instagram. Perfect. Okay. You can unmute if you want.
Yes, we do.
Okay, perfect. So besides Instagram, it's important to have all of your online presence. So you should have your Zillow.com, your Realtor.com, your LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook all set up. Okay, if there's one of those 5 social media platforms that you do not have, after this training, that will be your homework. If you haven't done your Zillow, Realtor.com, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, that's your homework because you need, as an agent, you are your walking business. You need to make sure that if a client researches you and looks you up on Google, you need to make sure that you have an online presence and you let them know that everywhere they click on is, Ariana Cifontes, realtor, Elizabeth, realtor. So you have to make sure that you are presenting yourself as a real estate professional. Okay, so we'll get started. I did it on Canva. I just have to share my screen. Give me 1 second. Share screen. Okay, can you guys see this? Can you see my screen? My Canva?
No, I still see your face.
Oh, okay. 1 second. One second. I'm just trying to share my screen. 1 second. Why can't I share my screen? One second. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. Yeah, I clicked share screen, but I don't know what happens. It doesn't actually share. That's strange. Okay. How about now? You still see my face? Or do you see my screen?
Your face.
No, your face.
No screen.
Okay, that's so weird. All right. This is what we're gonna do. I will. Okay, I guess I'm gonna talk about it the whole way because it doesn't let me share my screen, which is a real bummer because I created a whole presentation.
Yadi, you can always, are you on your computer for the Zoom right now?
I'm on my laptop, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, if anything, you could join with your phone and then like point it to the computer, if that works. That's
Hold on, let me see something. You may be right. 1 sec. Oh, no. Oh, actually, yeah. So, but how would that work? I have the phone.
Point my phone towards the screen.
Yeah, I think you should be able to. Actually,
okay,
yeah.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stop recording 1 second. They are doing the business. So everyone has their own niche, right? What has worked for me these past few months has been Instagram. especially Instagram. So I haven't tapped into Facebook Marketplace as much as I should, but I have done it and it has worked. Among other lead generation tactics, but Instagram has been the strongest for me. And what do I do? The first thing that I do is I keep all my posts consistent, right? So if I post today on my feed, I probably won't post another feed for a few days. So I don't post every single day on my feed. But stories is different. Stories, I try to post every single day. And I try to keep it relatable. So I post 1 second, I'm letting people in as they come. So I post stuff about real estate all the time. If I have showings, I'm posting it on my story. I record a showing, um, especially if it's somewhere nice. If it's like downtown or a very nice big house in Kendall, you want to share that with your audience and you want to be informative. Don't just record the showing and not say how much it is, how many bedrooms, how many rooms, how much is the association. Try to keep it informative. The stories are super important because there's this saying that says out of sight, out of mind. So if I'm a customer and I'm looking for a rental, let's just say rental, and you know um Samantha posted a story informing what she needs to work with a rental client. I Once I start looking, I'm gonna remember, oh wow, Samantha posted the other day that all she needs is my last 3 pay stubs and my driver license and my credit report, and I have a clean background. Let me go reach out to her. But what if she didn't post the next day and the next day and she's just stopped posting? Then when I'm gonna go back to look for her, I'm gonna forget what's her Instagram name. I'll forget the information she put. So you can't just allow your audience to forget. No, you have to be in their face, present. You have to be active. You have to remind people constantly what you're doing, how you're doing it, and then post a success story. So yes, it's like a timeline. You're posting the showing in the very beginning, then you're posting all the showings um, that you're showing that client, and then you eventually post when you get her under contract and you get that person closed. Take a picture of you delivering the keys. People, audience like to see faces. They like to see active. They like that. A lot of us try to keep it private and keep your Instagram private, and we'll get into that in a minute. But I myself, I like to post my success stories along with showings from the very beginning, A to Z. I post it, and I will show you. I guess I'll show you through my phone because it doesn't let me share my screen. But I wanted to show you today real like I'm not just doing this training to just tell you how to do it. I'm showing you my results. I post something and I get a direct message or a comment or something, or even a text, and it's all regarding my post. So I wanted to show you real life results. So now let's get into having a public business account versus a private realtor account. How many of you guys have a public page? Feel free to unmute. I'm going to be asking you guys questions.
Yeah.
Me.
I have
You have it private?
Public.
Public?
Public.
Okay. How many others have public?
Public, me, Myrna.
Me too.
Nice. Nice.
Me
public.
So,
too.
yay. So all of you guys have public profiles. Okay, good. I'm going to follow you guys. So if I don't see a public, make it public today. So I'm actually going to put my Instagram name on this chat. That way, oh wait, I wrote it wrong. I'm sorry. It's Iris. So having a public profile is very important because I understand if you guys want to keep track of your followers and you want to see who follows or you had bad experience in the past. I understand all of that, but when you're into real estate, you're going to constantly have questions by people. You need to educate. You cannot assume that everyone knows everything about real estate. You'll be surprised how many people don't know nothing about real estate, and they need to be educated. Just they need to be, can you answer please? They need to be educated on real estate, and that's why, okay, and that's why you come, this is your place in it. So you have to keep your audience informed of the new laws, the new contracts. You have to let them know that you are a very resourceful realtor. You have your title company, you have inspection companies in house, you have our preferred lenders, you have everything that the client needs in order to get that deal done. So you cannot assume that everyone knows everything. So having it public, they may not follow you instantly, but they may run into your page again, and then they're like, "Oh, I saw this girl's page before. Let me start following her. She always posts like, buyer tips, or she always posts seller tips, and what should I do to sell?" So having content on a daily basis is really important. So you can start posting, what does it take to become a first time home buyer? Do any of you guys know? Let's ask Alma.
Pre-approval.
Let's ask Alma. So I'm a first time home buyer, right? And I start following you on Instagram, and I want to work with you. What is your approach to me as a brand new person of the public that wants to buy their first time home? What is
Checking
your first step to tell me what do I have to do?
pre-approval. Hello? You froze.
Oh no.
It's frozen.
Oh, okay.
My can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Yes.
my computer just stopped. That was so weird. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened there. Okay, but we're still on, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, so I left with Alma. Um, what would be your approach if I'm a first time home buyer and I message you on Instagram?
To see how much I can afford to buy a house.
Okay, but let's just
Pre-approval.
say I message you and I said, Alma, how are you? I see you do real estate because your page is public, so I see that you do real estate. What is the first few questions that you ask me as a first time home buyer?
Uh, what are you looking for?
Okay.
The areas, like you have kids, the schools, trying to find out more of your motivation to buy a house. And then I guess we
Okay.
can go into a deeper questions about approvals and how much money and credit and all the other
Okay.
details.
Okay. So that's not bad. There's no right or wrong answer because we all have our own niche. We all know how to approach our own clients, especially if you know that person. But if you don't, so my approach always when I get a direct message on Instagram just asking about, hey, I'm looking to buy my first home, but I don't know where to start. So what I like to do is I my intention is to get in front of that person. So I always start like, oh, hey, thank you for reaching out. That's great. You know, how's your schedule looking this week? So we can maybe have a cup of coffee together and we can talk about your goals. You know, people like to have that initiation. I would say. Initiate the meeting. I usually like if they cannot come meet me in person because they're working or have time. Okay, cool. Let's jump on a call. I'll take 15 minutes of your time and I'll go over everything step by step of what you need. First of all, we need to get that person approved if they're not approved, right? So that way, once your client starts expressing their intentions, their goals, you know what route to take. So if they're looking for, a $400,000 house, and ask her what is important to you. Do you want a lot of closet space? Do you want a remodeled kitchen? Do you mind doing work yourself? And then you can kind of approach another angle and let them know how's the market. Prepare them that once they start telling you they don't have to tell you your finances. Let me take it a step back. They don't need to reveal to you as the agent how much money they have, because that's where the lender comes in, so you don't need to ask her too many questions. Just maybe over the top. Do you have some saving? Do you have money saved and put aside for your closing costs, for your down payment? Do you have good credit, or how's your credit looking? Because we have, I know there is lending programs that are lending money for people who don't have the best credit. So you never want to pinpoint and say, oh, that's too bad of credit, you're not going to be able to buy. So never push the client away, because even if they have bad credit, that's still a lead. That's still a person that has intentions of buying later, and you can nurture that lead. You can follow up. So we'll get into following up a little later, but that's my approach: getting in front of the client's face first. So once they message me and say, hey, I saw your Instagram post, or I saw this, I want to buy. Okay, great. How's your schedule looking? Let's schedule a meet, maybe over a coffee or a phone call, and let's talk about your goals. Bam. So following up, right? Once you get that lead, we're never too busy to talk to a new buyer or a new seller. Find the time. So go back and call that person. Once you finish that meeting with that person for the first time, you connected them with your lender, and they started talking. Follow up with the client. Hey, how's it going? Did you speak to the lender? Just want to follow up to see how your process is going. I cannot wait. I can't wait to go house shopping with you. La da da. The market's hot right now. So you start, building that trust with that client. Okay. Then on the back end, always follow up with the lender and see how long is he going to take, or she's going to take, with that approval, and is that client even qualified to buy? Because you also don't want to set a high expectation and then they don't qualify. So you always have to keep your team and other key players in that transaction together, and communicate with everyone. That way nothing falls through the cracks. Okay.
I have a
So
quick question.
yes.
Um, just I just need like advice on that part. Like, okay, what if they don't pre-qualify? Then what would be the next step? How do you approach and tell them like, hey, maybe it's not time?
So what I would do is, if they don't qualify, I would first of all be honest. The lender's gonna tell her as well, like, hey, unfortunately your credit, or the income is not there. Something is not there for that approval. So after the lender speaks with that client, I would, come chime in and say, hey, listen, unfortunately the approval process didn't happen, but don't get discouraged, because the lender, at least the lenders that I work with, which I work with PRMG, um, they guide your client and tell you, we can't approve them right now, but if they do this, we can approve later. So they'll guide your client. If it's a credit issue to, and if it's a credit issue, they'll tell them, pay down this debt, pay down this debt. So once your client, if they go through with it, they won't be approved now, but they'll be approved later. So you don't want to just discontinue communication. You just follow up. Hey, listen, it didn't happen now, but don't get discouraged, because we will make it happen. We will make it happen. Just make sure you follow through with the business plan that the lender gives you, and start paying down your debt so we can get you that approval and we can go house shopping. You can't, and then even then, put them in some kind of system, or write it down in your calendar, um, to follow up with that client, because that's not just a lost buyer. That is a buyer that's going to buy not now, but will later. So don't lose communication. That's what I
Okay,
would.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So I have another chat. Anyone have any questions so far before I move on to the next thing that I do?
Which other lender that you work with?
I work with our preferred lender, which is PRMG Dayland.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I wrote it down on the chat. excuse me, I wrote it down in the chat in case you want to reach out, but I can always put you guys in communication too.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So, welcome Guzman and Jennifer Decker. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Irene. Okay, so moving on to the next topic. So we talked about having a business account, but we didn't go a little bit further into business accounts. So it's good that all of you guys have your Instagram public, and we talked about why is it important. So now let's talk about business accounts, right? So for me, nowadays there's a creator account and there's a business account. I haven't tapped into the creator account. My creative skills are not very high, but my business account is working just fine, and I can vouch for that. So my business account, I like it because I get to promote posts. You get to specify how many dollars you want to spend a week. And why is that important? Because you get more exposure. So if I post a just listed property and I want to make sure that 1,500 people see it, because out of that 1,500 at least one will be interested. So yes, it's on the MLS, which is the ultimate exposure. But what if my audience is not on the MLS, because obviously they're not realtors and they're not working with a realtor? So what if I can put it in a platform which is free on Instagram and just pay $5? I usually pay $10. I pay $10 for a whole week time. In that 1 week time, I set like a criteria that I want more direct messages. You get to choose what you want from from that promotion post, whether it be more followers, whether it be more engagement, more direct messages. You get to choose that, and I always choose more direct messages, and it works. So you always put how much you want to spend. That way, I mean, if you have the money and you want to put $30, I'm sure the success rate turnaround is way higher than what I've had. But I choose $10. Keep it simple and keep it going. So I always promote posts that are good deals. Deals that people cannot refuse, like, oh wow, that's not bad. And bam, and they click on it and they come to my page, and that just creates more engagement. They message me on direct message, I reply. I consider every direct message a lead. Okay, and can I have my phone? I'm actually going to show you a DM. I'm just going to put my phone here, since I can't share my screen for some reason. And I'm going to show you a post so you see that it's real life, that I posted. And I literally got a DM from, she's actually one of our fellow realtors. But me putting a post, I don't know if you guys could see it there. She put, I might have a cash buyer, I'll call you later. Okay, so if I didn't post that, how was she going to see it? Yeah, it's on the MLS, but what if she's not even looking at the MLS and she's just trying to find her client an off-market deal or something? By me posting that, she has a cash buyer. Imagine if she calls me later and say, I have a contract for you. Bam, done deal, right? That's not the only one though. So from that same post, I got this other DM, which I'll show you. Where is it? Sheena. Okay, so from that same post, this lead is not looking to buy yet, but she's looking to rent, and she literally sent me all of her information. Okay, and we started a conversation, and now I have a new rental lead just by saying, yes, I can help you. What is it you're looking for? And then she starts elaborating on that, and then bam, another deal that I'm working. So you have to be attentive to your messages, and you can't just brush away rentals. Yeah, all of us would love to just focus on sales, but don't shy away from rentals. Rentals are our bread and butter. Like, that's what's going to make us a couple $1,000s every week if you line them up correctly. So don't ever shy away from rentals, um until no, always do rentals is my advice. Okay, so that's that. We talked about the business account. Do you know, does everyone have their business account set up, or you're just using a public regular account?
Public regular here.
Okay, So my suggestion is create a business account, which Instagram, it's very easy on your settings. It asks you if you want to switch, and you just say yes, and then you put your intention. So I would put business. Business accounts allows you to see your Instagram analytics, right? So it shows you how many people followed you in a specific time frame, what post that you posted did the best, how many views did you get, um, how many followers, etc. It's not about having the most followers. It's really not. And it took me a while. I used to think when I first got Instagram that I needed to have 10,000 followers. I still can't even swipe up or whatever, because you have to have 10,000 followers for that. But here's the thing, even with the organic 3,000 followers that I may have, I get hits from it. So if the more you post, the more that you see a specific post does well on your analytics page, you get to see, okay, this did good. Let me start posting more of this. And then eventually you start getting more followers by itself. And the whole promotions thing, paying for promotions, that also gets you followers. So you can always build your audience by doing that, just that. So that's that. So I would suggest doing business page just so you can see the results of your Instagram. Okay. Any questions with business accounts?
Yes, on the promotion page, where is that located? Where you pay the $10 fee or whatnot fee?
So you have to have it set up as a business page first. And then when you post something, when you post like a picture, on the bottom, it says promote. So
Oh,
once you
okay.
click promote, let me just try to see if it allows me to show you. Yeah, so I posted a picture of me and a lender and Jennifer Decker, and you see that blue button there? It says
Yes.
boost post. If I click that, it asks me set a goal, whether it be, it says set a goal, more profile visits, more website visits, or more messages. In this event, I usually just put more messages so I can get an actual real person talking to me, right? And then once I click more messages, it asks me define your audience, right? So I just put automatic targets people similar to your followers. So I have a mixture of followers. I follow a lot of realtors and a lot of just random people, which I'll get into. The next topic is who to follow, right? Um yes, Amy, your insights. So that's how you would boost your post. You just post something on a business page, and you just click promote. Can we share our IG? Yeah, of course. You could share your Instagram onto the chat, of course. Okay, so next, right, is followers. I sometimes, oh wait, I have a question. When you promote, then are you promoting to pay something? So yes, when you promote, you set how much you want to spend. So if you want to spend $3 or $5 or $10, you get to determine that. That's 100% on you.
Okay.
Okay. Um, so
Thank you.
yeah, so the next thing, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was thanking you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, of course. Um, there must always be value added. So no, so you pay it, and then at the end, if you want to advertise it for a week for $10, they don't charge you right away. They charge you after that 1 week that you put. If you want to do $30 for 1 week time, then they charge you $30 at the end of that 1 week time. They don't add nothing above that. It's determined based on what you put that you want to spend. And then they deliver that. Okay. So followers. There's some days, I don't do it every day, but there are some days that I simply get on Instagram and I start following realtors. I follow a lot of realtors. And the reason why I like to follow realtors is because sometimes, especially if we're not in the same organization, like the same brokerage, I don't know what the next person's going to post. What if she posts something that specifies exactly what a buyer that I'm working with likes. So, and it's happened before, and I've gone on their contract. I've seen an agent not in lifestyle post something, and I like it, and I tell them, hey, I like, I have a buyer, and we meet, we go look at the property, and we just build connections. So as an agent in lifestyle, um you want to have an open network. You want to know other realtors. You want to meet people, because at the end of the day, you know, building connections is going to get you far. So I follow a lot of realtors. I follow a lot of random people. Sometimes I go on realtors that I don't know, and I go to their followers, and I start following their people, and then and like that, and they start following me back, and it becomes just like a whole network of people. So it's important to have your network open. If you have a private account, those people are going to click on your page, and they may not even follow you because they don't know what you're posting. They don't know nothing about you. Um, so that's why I keep it open. I keep it public, and and I follow. Who cares if you have more following than more followers? I mean, listen, we're not in that market. We're in a market where we want to find people to sell houses to, or rent houses too. We want to help families. So if you're stuck on no, because I have more followers, you're in the wrong mindset. Okay, so I just follow, 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 follow. I follow New Jersey agents. I follow Florida agents, a bunch of Florida agents. So it depends on what you want to target. Okay, so that's that with followers. Um, One second, let me go back to my presentation here. Hello. Analytics, content. We went over content. Something that I just did this week that I want to share with you. So these 35 agents that are still in my Zoom, thank you very much. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of a secret sauce right now. So maybe some of you have it, and I came late to the party. I don't know, but there's this thing called Linktree. Okay, what is Linktree? Linktree is like a landing page with all of your information, and you get to link certain websites to that Linktree. Okay, so if you go to my Instagram account right now, let me see, I have it on my link there. There's a Linktree account, right? So when you click on that, look what comes out. Now you can get a free one, or you can do like a pro. The difference of the pro is that you can customize your own landing page the way you want. I did the free one. I did the free one because I just wanted for one thing. I'm not here for it to look beautiful and pretty. No, I'm here for business. So I have a free buyer. So I have four four links. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I wanted to show you like share screen, but I have four links. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing that I have is buyer seller free consultation. And when someone clicks that, it asks them what day are they free, so I can call them. So once they click on today, it asks them, okay, select a time for Yuritsa to call you. So they set the time, bam, bam, bam. I call them, and I say, okay, what is it that you're looking for? Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Like that. So then the second link I have is my 5-star reviews. Okay, so it's connected to my Zillow, and all of my reviews are on there. Okay, bam. Reviews, active listings or sold, and I have my 5-star listings there. Bam. People like to see feedback, which is why I started the Zoom saying if you don't have your Zillow.com, you're already starting it on the wrong step. You have to have your online presence set up. And every time you close a deal, you have to ask that client for a feedback. It's going to make you a better realtor. It's going to make you a better person. You know where you went wrong and what you didn't. Sometimes they're going to tell you super nice things that you want to hear. Sometimes I had one, not negative feedback, but he wrote what he wanted more of me. So that right there, I took it to heart and I never did that mistake again. And it was more on the following up side. So he wished that I would have, sent him more, and I would have done more on my own. I had just started real estate. I wasn't really sure, and I improved. I improved, and I make sure that all my clients that I have lined up, I time block, and I say, okay, if I'm working with 5 buyers, I time block for my day. I put it in my calendar. From this time to this time, I'm going to focus 100% on this client. I'm going to call him to make sure that he received my emails. What does he need? How can I help? And then I move on to the next client. And like that. As realtors, there's going to be times that we're going to get busy. Okay, we're going to get busy, and we have showings, but then we have different clients to work with. We're not only working with one client at a time. So you have to be organized. If you're not organized, you're starting wrong. Okay, so whether that be having everything on an agenda or on your Google Calendar, or however you want to set yourself and your business up, that's okay, but have some kind of organization. Okay, so that's my 5-star reviews. Then my other link that I have on my link tree is, let's link on LinkedIn. Okay, funny story, I met the broker of lifestyle on LinkedIn. So you meet important people on LinkedIn. Maybe you have buyers, maybe you don't, maybe you connect with other realtors. Whatever it is, build your network, because LinkedIn is actually a very powerful tool to not only recruit, to meet people, to prospect. So LinkedIn is huge for me. I've had it since 2015. My network is huge, and I continue to use it, and I continue to follow people. Um, and I always have messages, always. So it's a good source to have. And then my last link on Linktree is follow me on Insta. Um, Another thing that I want to mention, I'm on. Another thing I want to mention from Instagram is posting, which it's always like a good or bad thing. I don't know. It's posting personal stuff. So I always say, keep your content relatable. People, unfortunately, um, they like to see your life. They like to see that you're a person, you're not just a robot. You're not always working. So, yes, I post on a minimum, but I post me and my partner. If I post sunsets, that's huge for me. I post my puppies. I post, if we go, sometimes I don't do too much food posts, but sometimes if it's really good food, I post it because it's a nice setup, and I just like to engage, keep it relatable. I remind people that I'm just human, and I do have a life, and people like it. I always have a success rate on posts that I put, a lot of comments. So keep your posts relatable. Don't just be business, 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 business. Just throw in one, like, dog picture or something. Relate to people, because there are buyers out there that want to look at your life, a little bit of inside of you, and meet you as a person before they do business with you. So it sounds cheesy, it does, but keep it relatable, you know
Oh,
um
so Yadi, to piggyback what you said, I also really recommend that you do polls and questions because that's a really good way to kind of engage. That's something that I wish I had done this past weekend. We had a festival where we did a rally, and I completely forgot to put a poll to see how many people wanted to guess for the raffle. Even if it's not something that they can enter, it's still something fun. That would be like, oh wow, they're fun, they're quirky.
yeah, I agree. Or do like this or that, like post
Mm-hmm.
kitchens and put this or that one, or what do you like more on your future home? Do you like this or do you like that?
Yes.
And then you could even do one that says, um what is important to you in your next kitchen. What do you need in your kitchen to be able to know that that's the house that you want? Or you can even do one that says, what is holding you back from becoming a homeowner? Bam, that's a great one. Actually, that is a great one. What is holding you back to become a homeowner? And once they start writing to you, then you reach out to that person on a private message, a private call, and say, listen, I can help you with that. I can assist you through the process. I can let you I can help you become a homeowner. So 100% do that one. You guys should all actually do that. What's holding you back from owning your home, from becoming a homeowner? However you want to word it is fine, but that's actually a really good one. So do that. Um, Let me just make sure that I'm not missing anything from my presentation. Okay, so another thing I have, which I'll show you here, I'm gonna write it. I don't know how many of you have a website or how many of you do not, but I have from GoDaddy. It just cost me like $5. It was not much. Um, you decide how much you want to spend, how much is your budget for your business. It's 100% on you guys. But I created a landing page besides Linktree with GoDaddy. So GoDaddy, yes, Amarilis is on point. Yes. So GoDaddy, for a couple dollars, you buy your domain, you buy your website, your landing page, you customize it by yourself, and you don't have to. I don't want to shy you away from spending marketing dollars on an agency because they do great work too, you know. So whoever owns an agency, marketing agency, it's fine, no offense, but I could do the same thing they do for a lot less money. So I went to GoDaddy, I bought a domain, and it works great. It's a landing page, and it gives me the exact information that I need from the client. So whoever clicks on it, it sends me an email. Hey, um, Irene went to your page. Reach out to her. Pretty much is what it's telling me. And then if the prospective client, sends their contact info, even better. So I get to receive an email. So GoDaddy communicates with you all the time. They tell you how much traffic you have in your landing page, who went, how many clicks. It's actually pretty great what you could get for a couple dollars. So you could entertain that option too. If you want to hire an agency and have them, do your entire Instagram or set you up, that's good too. That's completely okay. Oh, here's my Instagram for stay. So if you don't have a landing page, I do recommend one, just so the client look if they look you up, they see your page and like, oh, she's official. So it's not a bad idea. That's that. And then my last thing that I wanted to do, is always, if you can do videos of yourself. um I have a really high success rate on that. I don't do many. I have my own personal reasons. But I don't do it as much as I should. Okay. And I definitely think that once I, get my braces off and stuff like that, I'm definitely gonna be in front of the camera way more, doing videos. But if you're not shy on camera, when you're doing showings, record yourself and tell your clients, hey, I'm here, I'm showing this property, this is how much they're asking. 4 rooms, 3 bedrooms, 450, let's go. Like, be more active and motivating, and people like that. People like to see that. If you're into reels is big time right now. I think they're competing with TikTok. So get into reels too. Get in, record yourself. If you have TikTok, I have it too. My TikTok is Yadi Sold It, and I constantly just record my showings, and I upload it there. I don't go on TikTok during the showing. I just do it after. I just upload it, and it'll create like a whole video for me. Make it fun, make it relatable. It's free, okay? And you get leads. I'm not lying. I can show you more direct messages. I get 80%, at least 80% of my business just on Instagram, whether it be old high school friends. I just closed last week a girl that went to high school with me, and I thought she didn't like me in high school, and I closed her. I sold her a home. So don't be shy. Like, don't shy away from the potential you have just on Instagram, and that's not even touching into Facebook Marketplace. Eduardo shared a little bit of his feedback on Facebook Marketplace today. If people have different like a niche, you know? So you should definitely see what works for you. Yes, 80% is a lot. It is. And I'm not lying. We can schedule a one-on-one. I will do a one-on-one with whoever on this class because you guys really took the time to stay here for an hour with me, and I appreciate that. So if anyone wants to do a one-on-one with me, I can literally sit with you and show you all of my leads, and just on Instagram on DM. So it's a great source. It's free. um, Facebook Marketplace, it is huge. It's huge. You know, everyone, I feel like Instagram is a younger crowd and then Facebook is an older crowd. I used to think that. And then I posted something and I had all these young people reaching out or adding me. It's a little overwhelming, but it works. It works. We have top producers that are just getting leads on Facebook Marketplace, you know? So it's really great. It's really great. So are we following you? Let me see. Yeah. So I mean, that's my advice to all of you. If you guys have any questions, I mean, now is the time, open floor. I'm here to answer your questions. Ahmed, Ahmed, you just joined, but you missed all the sauce, man. Um, does anyone have any questions or concerns? Like, talk to me.
Oh, ¿qué pasó?
Anyone?
¿Cómo fue?
Oh, Yadi, what's your TikTok name again?
Oh, it's Yari sold it.
Mejor.
Got you.
Pero tú sabes que ya tienes un movimiento en la
Yeah,
cuenta.
actually, for the presentation,
¿Ah?
Eduardo, I'm gonna
Pero si
try
ellos te los depositas
to.
mejor. ¿A qué vas
I
a
mean,
ir?
it's literally just touching everything that I said. I'm gonna try to save it and then I'll email.
I'm
Tiene un
sorry,
cheque.
can't hear you. Too much background there.
Yeah, let me mute everyone. You all. Continue. Okay, so for the presentation, I will definitely try to save it and then share it through email. I could probably do that. But Eduardo, I mean, you could call me directly as well. And if you have any questions or anything, I can help you. What's your email, Eduardo? Eduardo Leon. Okay, but other than that, I mean, we're all set. That's it for today, folks. If you found it helpful, I would love the feedback. Just let me know if there's something else that you would like for me to do a training on for maybe next month. If you want me to touch something else or a specific topic, that would be great, you know. Any suggestions are open, and I will listen to you guys and do another presentation if you need me to. I put my number on the chat so you can call me, Eddie. But I did get your email too. So yeah, let me know if you want another training or something for next month, and then we'll do that and focus more on a specific thing. So somebody said, what else you can teach us? Okay. I mean, it depends what topic, right? So if you want me to do more on business accounts or LinkedIn or social media, keep me on social media. Or you know what? We can do first time home buyers practicing. We can role play on what is your approach of first time home buyers, because I heard Alma and she wasn't wrong. However, I would help her turn it up a notch. So I could do that. My TikTok name is Yari Sold It, and I'm located in Miami Lakes. However, I can do a one-on-one with you, whatever office you're in. Just call me and let me know. But Miami Lakes is usual my home office.
Yadi, what's your favorite way to get listings?
Favorite way to get listings. Okay, so I recently I bought like these dwellings. That website that I just posted on the chat, Market Dwellings. So I put the door hangers on doors, and honestly, my success rate is not that high. I'm not gonna lie. I get a few calls. and I try to get in person with them and I try to talk to them. I have not gone door knocking. I haven't done that. I'm guilty of not doing that. But I've also social media has been big. Social media or door hangers or sending emails. I have built like a big portfolio of emails with like past clients, past interested people, and every time I have something that might interest them, I do like a blast email. That works. I'm more of a buyer's agent. I'm more of a buyer's agent than a listing agent, which I just get more buyers. I don't know. I get good buyers, So for some reason, I've more towards buyers, but I mean, it's every realtor's dream to become a listing agent all the time. So if we could just become a listing agent, I mean, if you have any tips you want to share with me, I'm open to that too. We're only human. But yes, I have focused my career more on buyers. I've had
Awesome.
listings, referrals, whatever it is, someone's parents. I've had listings before and I've sold, and that's fine. However, I've focused more on buyers, like good qualified buyers.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Of course. So yeah, I mean, social media role play would be amazing. Yeah. So we'll do that next time. We'll focus on first time home buyers, and we'll go over all the details, my approach. We'll talk about you guys and how you guys approach. Mary and I have been in business 6 years, 6.5 years. Actually, I'm going on 7 next year. But I used to work full time, and then I was working full time for a commercial broker in Boca Raton, and then I would always do like my 1 or 2 sales, a couple rentals. So I always had like a passion for it. I just never focused. I was too scared to become full time. So that's my story. Fear stopped me. And then 2020, I went full time and I had my best year yet in 2020. So I've been just doing it full time. I tell my clients that I'm doing it full time. Every time I meet someone, I say, listen, this is what I do. I do this full time. And I let it be known so they know that I'm 100% focused on them. So yeah, going on 7 years. So yeah, so if there's any other questions, I mean, please let me know. Suzelle, I create them. I create tips, but I know that there's another website. Like if you go to Pinterest, and you put buyer tips for realtors, South Florida, and you just put like keywords. It helps you. It gives you templates. It gives you ideas. But I create them. And I just type it into my story, and I put like a poll, yes or no, or things like that to engage with the audience. You want to engage. You want to talk. You want to be active with them. So that's right. But that's what I do.
Thank you. Will do.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys. Well, that concludes. You've been with me for an hour. I really appreciate all of your time. I know that we're busy, so you can give me a call if you like, or email, whatever, I'm available. And thank you. I will be sending this video to Alicia to be uploading to our Facebook. I mean, not our Facebook, to our YouTube account. And that's it. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Yadi.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.